Google just launched a video generation model for Gemini called Omni, and it does something we haven't seen executed quite like this before. It allows you to drop a photorealistic version of your own face into literally any scene you can dream up. To get this working, we need to go through 4 specific steps: configuring your initial setup, generating your first video, tweaking that video using conversational text edits, and finally, exporting the result. Before we start, there is a strict hardware requirement. You have to begin this process on a smartphone. You can't train the model on a desktop browser. You need the phone's camera to capture your initial data. To check if your account has access yet, open the Gemini app on your phone. Tap the plus icon at the bottom, which opens the More Uploads menu. If the tool has rolled out to you, you'll see a dedicated Avatars button right there. Once you tap that, you are translating your physical identity into a persistent digital asset that you can control. Tapping that Avatars button triggers the initial calibration sequence. The app will prompt you to follow a few specific instructions on screen. You will need to move your head around in various directions and read a series of numbers out loud. This process maps both your spatial features and your vocal profile. When the mapping is complete, Gemini stores your newly created avatar back in that upload menu. It will have a specific name assigned to it, confirming it's ready to be pulled into a prompt. This physical calibration requires a minute of effort up front, but it gives the AI a rigid, accurate dataset of your face and voice. That baseline prevents the weird anatomical distortions often seen in AI-generated humans. Now that your avatar is saved, you have 2 different paths for generating a video. You can use one of Google's predefined stylistic templates, or you can build a custom text prompt from scratch. The templates route applies a rigid, pre-built aesthetic to your avatar, allowing you to bypass the need to engineer complex descriptive text to get a usable result. For instance, the indie Pastel template forces the output into a highly specific cinematic subgenre. It generates a perfectly symmetrical composition, complete with muted colors and a velvet jacket, replicating a very recognizable directorial style with 0 effort on your part. If you want full control, take the custom prompt route. You type out the exact actions, attire, and environment you want, select video, and tag your saved avatar to insert yourself into the scene. Whether you use a template or a custom prompt, there are operational constraints. On average, processing takes about 2 minutes, and every generated clip is capped at exactly 10 seconds. 10 seconds requires you to think in tight, concise shots, which is the ideal modular building block for short-form social media storytelling. If your 10-second clip isn't quite right, Omni treats the output as a continuous chat thread. You simply reply to the video with conversational requests to fix the mistakes. This relies on a technique called in-painting. By sending a text command, you instruct the AI to isolate and alter one single element while keeping the rest of the generated scene completely intact. Here is a clear example of that targeted editing. You can generate a high-motion shot of someone running in a red vest, tell Omni to make the vest blue, and it updates that specific color without altering the physics of the run or the background details. You can also use Temporal Extension. This means you type a prompt instructing the AI to grab the final frame of your current clip and use it as the starting frame to continue the action into a brand new clip. This conversational interface turns video generation into a predictable, iterative sculpting process where you maintain directional control over the final product. Omni also manipulates raw external media uploaded directly from your camera roll. You can take mundane footage shot out of a car window, upload it, and instruct the AI to insert a massive dynamic element, like an active volcano, seamlessly tracking it into the existing background. Because Omni is tied into Google Search's geographical database, it pulls accurate environmental data. If you prompt it for Paris, it references real-world architectural details, floral arrangements, and the realistic scale of landmarks like the Eiffel Tower. By leveraging actual search data, Omni bridges the gap between synthetic, hallucinatory video and real-world spatial accuracy. Step 4 is getting your video out of the app. You can generate a share link or download the file directly to your local device. When you export, you will hit a hard cap of 720p resolution for all finalized files. However, the model defaults to deep cinematic lighting and rich contrast, which artificially elevates the perceived quality and makes the footage look significantly sharper than the resolution suggests. To ensure transparency, Google applies a mandatory, unremovable AI watermark to the lower corner of every single generated video. Omni is just one piece of a larger ecosystem overhaul announced at Google I/O, which includes a complete redesign of the Gemini platform itself. Anyone with a smartphone now holds the capabilities of a VFX studio in their pocket, permanently lowering the barrier to entry for cinematic storytelling.